Namaskar. Welcome back to the example number 9 for the event progeny prospects. This example we had a detailed discussion in the previous video with the help of the EPS tables, wherein a lady who got married and after up to 6 years she was not having any progeny prospects, and then after further to the consultation with the doctor, and she actually got conceived by way of IVF, in vitro fertilization, not by natural conception. And finally, after 6 years of her marriage only, she got the baby. So we had a detailed discussion with the help of the EPS table with key planets and all. So now the same example we are going to study now in this video with the help of the PILT table, how the key planets were useful in using the PILT table. Let us now discuss on the PILT table. Example number 9, timing of childbirth, pregnancy through IVF. We are going to study with the PILT table. Now let us examine the chart with the help of the PILT table. This is the birth chart of that female. Now let us go to the PILT table and check the key planets' role with the help of the PILT table in finding the destiny prospects and also timing of event. Let me open the self-significators, and so we can use the EPS colors. We can also use these key planet shades, but we can use the EPS colors and KP check all. Now let us examine the, you can see when you're looking at that all self-significators, you can see Mars is strongly having unfavorable, and also Sun is having 10 and 4, and Ketu also having 2, 6, 10, and 8 cuspal sublot. All pink shades are having weakness, and 1 light red, that is more weaker. Fifth lord itself is having unfavorable. Though it is fifth lord, it has been given light red because it has got strong unfavorable up to the CSL. So now let us examine the destiny. So destiny, we have to check fifth lord and fifth sublord. Let us check. Fifth lord is Jupiter, that not Jupiter. Fifth lord is Mars, that itself is self-afflicted, and Mercury, fifth sublord. So now let us examine the fifth lord. Fifth lord Mars planet is having weakness, and star lord Saturn is good key planet. Star lord Saturn, green planet, and 12 level again Mars is weak, and sublord and star lord of the sublord Mercury, they are all strong favorable. Primary cuspal sublord key planet. You can see this planet is weak, but has got Saturn in its supports, good favorable key planet. And other Rahu also there. Rahu also, though it is blue color, representing weak Mars, it is fifth occupant and ninth sublord. So that is also present. And Sun is there. Sun is also is a mixed one. And importantly, Mars has got Saturn, green planet, in its support. Saturn is the star lord, and Saturn in own sign. But Saturn in the star of again Mars, which is weakening the Saturn signification, and Mars also playing role in support. So that is also forming ruler link. It indicates that fifth lord is becoming weaker by the star level, though it is favorable, but again it is becoming weaker, or weakness is present at the source and the star lord of the star lord. Fortunately, the sublord is good key planets, ruling its own star lord, that is good, and also you can see all the good key planets are in the supports. So it indicates some weakness for sure, but it is not denying. So now let us go to the fifth sublord Mercury. Fifth sublord Mercury, if you can see, Mercury is in own star, and 12 level, all are good. Sub-level is Jupiter, all are forming ruler link. You can see Jupiter is forming ruler link, and Mercury, Venus also there. And sublord is the one which is having some weakness. Moon. Moon is sublord, is a mixed key planet. What is the signification of moon? Lagna lord, Lagna occupant, and 12th cuspal sublord. So this is not completely unfavorable, but indicating some weakness. Moreover, the weakness to the Lagna, because Moon is Lagna Lord, so we need to be careful with the support planets because it will get the impact of the support planet strongly. Moon in own sign and has got Mars in its supports. So Moon is getting a weakness from the Mars and no other favorable strong key planets are there in the supports. Now that Moon is getting weaker at the last level. Otherwise, this planet is favorable and you can see Ketu at all levels are present. Ketu is having this weakness to the health issues, it is indicated. So overall, fifth cuspal sublord in the star and sub of all the planets are favorable to the progeny prospect. It is promising, but you can see Jupiter is sixth lord in the star of Moon. Moon is having that 12th cuspal sublord and supported by Mars. So some weakness there at the last level, and also that Ketu, that 6, 8, 6, 10, 12, sorry, 6, 10, and 8 cuspal sublord also, if afflicting this Mercury, it indicates some obstacles because of some health issues or some defects in the proper functions of the organs. It is indicated. So basically, destiny is promising, but the planet which is causing some obstacles in the destiny, that is Moon and the Ketu. Moon and Ketu in case of Mercury, and in case of fifth lord, you can see Mars. So the unfavorable key planets are Mars. Mars also further afflicting Moon. Moon, Mars, and Ketu are the unfavorable key planets of the destiny. So the favorable key planets of the destiny is Mercury and Jupiter and also Saturn. Favorable, green color planets. What are the green color planets? Venus is there. So Venus is not playing role here in the destiny. Yeah, Venus is there in the support. So all the green color planets are present here, supporting the destiny planets. And the unfavorable are Mars and weak key planet Moon, mixed one. Moon and Ketu are afflicting the destiny also. So it indicates it supports for the progeny. It is not denying progeny, but it is indicating some obstacles and delay. So that we have to check it now. So we have studied the destiny. Now we have to check the marriage period. The native, she got married during the Mercury Dasa. Saturn, Mercury Dasa itself, she got married. So Mercury itself is good. Only the last level is weak, but Dasa Lord is fine. So in the favorable Bukti, which is free from the unfavorable key planets, definitely it will favor for the conception. So she got married during the Saturn Bukti. Saturn Bukti, Saturn Antra, she got married. If you look at the rulers, Saturn is fine, 2 level is fine, and sub-level Sun also supportive, but Sun is also having 4th sublord. It is mixed one, but star lord planet is weak. Mars is the unfavorable key planet, which is the 5th lord and moving towards unfavorable, is star lord for the Saturn. That is forming rural link to the source planet also, level planet also, sublord also. It is indicating weakness. Sun is already having 4th cuspal sublord. So Saturn Bukti will not be favorable, strong enough to support for the pregnancy. So Mercury Dasa, Saturn Bukti, itself is not good. So Saturn will not favor. So Mercury Dasa, though it is supportive, Bukti Lord is not strong enough for the pregnancy. The unfavorable key planet, which is making the destiny is weaker, that itself is ruling the star lord and influencing all other levels also. And also Moon also playing, Ketu also further supporting on the unfavorable side. Now Mercury Saturn over, then Dasa Mercury over, then Ketu Dasa started. How is Ketu? Ketu is pink, Moon is also pink. So we know that Moon is pink, pink Moon is the one which is making some weakness to the destiny. I mean, that is also having that Mars also. But Ketu is mixed one and having got the unfavorable, and also 11 and 2 are there. And in the source planet, it is fine. And it is second planet, Venus is having favorable, 11, 9, and 2. And importantly, Jupiter and Mercury, the primary cuspal sublord planet, is supporting to the Ketu. So first level planet has got some weakness, but it is supported by the support planets, and Star Lord planet is having some weakness definitely. Further supported by the Rahu to some extent, but Star Lord of the Star Lord is Saturn is good, Sublord is good, Venus is good, and Star Lord of the Sublord, Saturn also good. So you can see Ketu, Dasa Lord, it is having some weakness at the source and effect, but the remaining three levels are good, and all green planets and other favorable key planet Jupiter, Mercury, all are playing role here. And the Ketu is getting the support from the sublord Venus, Ketu representing Venus. So that Venus is forming rural link. Jupiter also there, Jupiter also in supports. So all the planets, that primary cuspal sublord Mercury also present. So Ketu Dasa also supportive for the pregnancy, but unfortunately Ketu is talking about 6, 10, 8, and the moon planet is talking about 12th house, supported by Mars, 8 and 12. So it is also indicating some health issues during that Ketu. So definitely that destiny, it is, I mean, the Lord can favor for the pregnancy only by way of, medical support. So that we have to keep it in mind, because you can see Saturn planet is the sublord, star lord of the sublord, and Venus is the sublord, which is supportive. Along with that, Jupiter 939, all are supportive with the some supportive signification favorable for the pregnancy. But importantly, Saturn, which is ruling the star lord of the star lord, weakening the sixth house. I mean, weakening the Lagna, sorry, weakening the 12th house. Lagna is in the star of moon, in the star of Saturn, having got favorable. So definitely Lagna has to undergo some medical treatment for the pregnancy. That we are able to understand. So in Ketu Bugdi, could Ketu Dasa, Ketu Bugdi will not favor for the pregnancy because it has got some weakness. Bugdi Lord should be the strongest one, and Bugdi Lord should be the strongest one, and Bugdi Lord should have the key planets of the Dasa Lord. Which are the key planets favoring that Dasa Lord for the progeny? Venus and Saturn, right? These two planets, Saturn and Venus. And Venus comes, Jupiter comes, Mercury comes, they're all in supports. So importantly, the favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord is Saturn and Venus, or Venus and Saturn. And in addition to their strong favorable key planet Mercury, Mercury role is also important. Mercury is playing role in the supports. Jupiter also present. They are all present. They are all important. But importantly, the fifth cuspal sublord Mercury role is not directly present. So that role, that Mercury role also importantly should be there in the Bugdi Lord. So the Bugdi Lord should be 2 points. One is should have the key planet of the Dasa Lord. What are they? Venus and Saturn. And other strong favorable key planet. What are the other favorable key planet? Important key planet which is there in only in supports, not in the direct ruler. That is Mercury, because Mercury is a strong favorable key planet, green color planet, and because that is the one, which is the primary cuspal sublord destiny planet. So now these things should be there in the Bugdi, and it should be free from the unfavorable Ketu or Moon or Mars in its rulers. Importantly, in the primary rulers. So these should not be there. Unfavorable key planets of the Dasa Lord should not be there in the Bugdi, but favorable key planets of the Dasa should be there. And apart from that, this Mercury also, Mercury and Jupiter also present, is well and good. Venus comes automatically, Venus, Jupiter also will come. So we can also expect Mercury and Jupiter also in its ruler. So that we have to keep it in mind. So that is the point. So now Ketu Dasa, Venus Bugdi is coming. So Venus, I told no, the Venus Saturn is important. So Venus Saturn, and importantly Mercury, primary cuspal sublord Mercury, and Jupiter also we can take. So these four planets are important in the Bugdi Lord. So Venus and Saturn has come, good, and Venus is playing, and Mercury is not playing, and unfavorable Mars. which is influencing the moon, and which is the primary unfavorable K planet. Now, that is primary cuspal lord itself is weak. So that Mars is playing at the 2A level, but influencing the star lord also, sub lord also. So this is not strong. So now let us go to the next planet is Sun. Sun planet, star level Venus, Saturn, sub level Venus, Saturn, all are good. So they are all having strong favorable key planets. The only point is that it is not having that Mercury in its ruler. Mercury, it is not there. And moreover, it has got Sun in source. Sun is 2, 10, 3, 7, 11, and fourth cuspal sublord. It has got fourth cuspal sublord, having got Mars also in its supports. Though it is good, second lord is good, and Mars in its supports, and free from, absence of the Mercury, it is indicating some weakness. Strength is present, but it needs some more strength also. So we can keep this in waiting list. Moreover, Sun in star and sub of same planets. Let us check the sub-sublord of the Sun also. Let us go to the home page and let us check the sub-sublord of the Sun. Sun sub-sublord is Mercury. That's good. So Sun sub-sublord is Mercury. So Mercury is there at the sub-sublord. That way, Sun is strong enough with the cuspal sub-sublord. Because why we have taken the cuspal sublord? Because the star lord and sublord both are ruled by the same planet. So let us note down Mercury is the sub-sublord. That is fine. It is good. The only point is that absence of the Mercury was actually that is being now it is been fixed because sub-sublord is Mercury, and Sun having got, there's a free planet and fourth cuspal sublord and has got Mars in its support. It has got some weakness. So let us keep this Sun planet in the waiting list. Now this planet, no. Moon is having Moon, Mars, Moon, and Mars, no. And Rahu. Rahu represents Mars only, but Rahu, what is the signification of Rahu? Let us check. Just a minute. It is hidden. Yeah, Rahu is fifth occupant and sixth and ninth cuspal sublord. When compared to Mars, you can see Mars, it is having unfavorable 10, 4, 8, 12, and 10. But Rahu is occupying fifth house and ninth sublord. This is comparatively better. Sun is in the sign of Mars, but Rahu is a free planet, fifth occupant and ninth sublord is comparatively better. And it is also having that Saturn in source. So that when compared to Sun and Rahu, both are having some plus and minus. But let us, depending on the remaining rulers only, we can decide. Rahu in the star and 2A level of Mercury, our strong, favorable key planet Mercury is playing role. And sublord, Venus, Saturn. So the Venus, Saturn role also present. Mercury role is also present. And other Jupiter also in the supports. Jupiter. So all are present. And Venus is forming ruler link. Venus is there at the sub-level forming ruler link to the other levels also. So Mercury also forming ruler link to the sublord. So that way, Rahu also very good. So now the comparison should be between Ketu Dasa, Sun Bugdi or Rahu Bugdi. So if you look at the, rulers of the Sun and the Rahu, both are having Venus and Saturn. Venus and Saturn repeated and Mercury is sub-sublord for the Sun. But here Rahu is in the star and 2A level of Mercury itself. That is far better than the Venus. Because Venus, if you look at 4, 11, 9, 2 cuspal sublord and representing Ketu. You can see Ketu is there representing Venus. That way Venus has got some weakness at the star level and sub level also because of the Ketu representing Venus. But Rahu in the star and sub of Mercury, it is strongly favorable. Ketu there, but it is only in the supports, not the second planet of Mercury. So that way, this is comparatively better than Sun. Sun is better, but compared to the Rahu, this is better. So Ketu Dasa, Rahu Bugdi is good for the pregnancy. Now, in Ketu Dasa, Rahu Bugdi, she started having treatment, everything started. So definitely during that Rahu Bugdi, in one strong, favorable antra, that conception will take place. That antra should be free from the unfavorable key planets and should have the key planets of the Bhukti Lord also. Since Dasa Lord having some weakness, that Bhukti and Antra, if it is free from the unfavorable key planet, is well and good. So under Rahu Bhukti, I mean, Mercury is coming, it is good, but because of the Mercury sub-lord, sorry, star lord of the sub-lord is Moon, which is the unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, and also all the rulers are having this Ketu, it is having weakness. So now, which planet can make? None other than Sun. So during the Ketu Dasa, Rahu Bugdi and Sun Antra, Ketu, Rahu, Sun Antra, conception taken place. So in vitro fertilization happened outside the body and in the laboratory. Then it has been implanted in the uterus of the female, and that embryo started. That pregnancy happened. I mean, the embryo started growing inside the female's uterus. So now that conception taken place, then delivery. So there are, you know that there are two processes. So one is the conception and another is delivery. So during that Ketu, since Ketu Dasa is means small period and Ragu also is going to be small Bukti. So once the conception is taken place, so within 9 months duration period, Ragu Bukti is over, Jupiter Bukti is started continuing the pregnancy. So Jupiter, during Jupiter Bhakti only that pregnancy start, I mean, it is continuing. Please understand, because of this artificial, I mean, that in vitro fertilization and destiny also having some weakness, if the conception is continuing in the unfavorable Bhakti, then definitely there will be strong struggle and obstacles in the growth of the child. Now you look at the Jupiter. Jupiter Bhakti, Jupiter is good, right? Jupiter is a good planet with all Mercury and Venus in its support, and star lord Moon is having some weakness. So that is for sure that we already said. Jupiter in the star of Moon, it is having some weakness, but that star lord of the Moon is getting some support from the Saturn, which is reducing the unfavorable strain, and also having got Rahu also in supports. And star lord of the sublord is Rahu, the forming ruler link. So that Rahu, you can see Rahu is fifth occupant and ninth sublord. Though it is having some weakness through the second planet, Rahu is a free planet, so it is supporting to the moon and forming the sublord. It is giving the supports for ruler link, right? And Rahu also having that Saturn in its support, and importantly, Mercury is playing role at the sub-level, star lord of the sub-lord. That Mercury is there at the source also, forming ruler link. So Jupiter, despite some weakness at the star level, but it is not further supported by unfavorable key planets at the remaining levels, but rather unfavorable strength is reduced by the star lord of the star lord, and sublord is further supporting, forming ruler link, and the star lord of the sublord also very good, forming ruler link. So Jupiter is strong enough despite some weakness to continue the pregnancy and also delivery. So Jupiter is favorable. It is supportive. We can say supportive for the continuation of the pregnancy. So at the time of the 9 months completion of the pregnancy, which antra that native was running? That antra, then the native was running, was Venus antra. During Venus Antra only the delivery scheduled period, that month has fallen. So whether Venus is favorable, Venus, you can see when compared to Ketu, that Venus is better. Venus is good, and having got Mercury, star lord Saturn is good. Only the 2A level planet, that Mars is forming ruler link, and Sun is good, and Sun is supportive, and Venus is good. So Venus and Saturn are strongly playing role. Now, I mean, Venus, that good key planet of the Bugdi Lord, in which Bugdi that native, that pregnancy delivery was going to happen? Jupiter. And which are the other key planets? Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn are the strong favorable key planet. So that they are all ruling. And Rahu is also important planet supporting. So if you look at that Venus is in the sign of Jupiter and also having Mercury in its supports. So that Jupiter, Mercury are there in the supports of the Venus, and the key planet, other key planet Saturn is playing at the star level, and Rahu also supporting at all the three levels. Though Rahu is not playing the one of the ruler, because of the free planet, their role are limited, as you are aware. And this planet, it is during Venus Andra, it is supportive for the delivery. So that is favorable only. The point is that the Venus, as Bugdi Lord, Venus was not supportive because of the moon and this all these things, right? It means what? That conception has to take place during the strong favorable Bugdi, especially when the Dasa Lord is mixed one. Bugdi Lord should be the strongest one. If the Bugdi Lord, if it is strongest one, it is always recommended. But when the destiny also having some weakness, Dasa Lord also having some weakness, Bugdi Lord should be the strongest one, free from the unfavorable, and should have the favorable key planets of the destiny and also favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord. That way, Venus as the Bugdila did not favor, but it as Antra Lord under the Jupiter, it was supportive for the delivery. I think you are able to understand how far these key planets and PILT table were very much useful in finding the key planets role in the rulers and also in supports, and also eliminating the planet which are having the unfavorable key planets, and the PILT connections and ruler rings, all we can easily identify with the PILT table. In the EPS table, when we are studying in the home page EPS page, we will not be able to see the support planets. We have to open that EPS extended table. We can see the support planets, good key planets in the support columns with the self-significance. That has got its own value of studying level-wise grouping and all. But in this PILT table, we can keep open that self-signification table and we can do the analysis by clicking the EPS, but PILT table also, we can do that. But in the PILT table, we can see all the support planets with their respective colors in the support, so that we can easily identify the role of the primary good key planets in supports and unfavorable key planet in supports. I think you're able to understand. So once you get good command on the EPS page, EPS table analysis, PILT table will be more useful. Okay, thank you. Good luck. We will discuss in the next video. Good luck.